Hello everyone, welcome to Lord Pog Gaming, and I'm your humble host, Lord Pog. I'm back again with another free games that deserve attention. Y'all seem to like these videos, so I'm going to do my best to make more. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do my retro reviews or psychological deep dives, but these free game reviews are being well received, so far be it from me not to do more of them. With that said, today's free game that deserves more attention is a pretty popular one, that in my opinion needs an entire franchise behind it.
But this one here, this one takes the cake. This one takes the cake.
It's a psychological horror game that has layers of meaning beyond its surface level insanity. It's been well received on both itch.io and Steam, with Steam awarding it the highest of ratings, being overwhelmingly positive, that is. The game I'm speaking of is Psychopomp, a first-person narrative-driven dive into madness that, as one reviewer put it, a fun, short dungeon crawler with striking visuals and an amazing soundtrack. Also, you can't fix her. She's here to break you. Break you further, that is. The reviewer will remain anonymous for privacy reasons, but thank you, sir. I couldn't have worded it better myself. Before we get into Psychopomp any further though, first let me do my shameless sales pitch for the channel. If you're new here and I get you feeling a type of way, then I'd be totally honored if you'd subscribe.
Totally?
Regardless of if you're a new viewer or a returning one, please leave a like and share for the video to help gain the channel some notoriety. Ring my bell for notifications and sign my guest book while you're here so that I may appease the YouTube god known only as the algorithm. My guest book is my comments section, of course. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I won't harp on it.
Well, I don't like to harp on a subject,
I don't
but
care. It comes with me, never have. That's why they call me gregarious.
Without further ado, let's get on with the review of Psychopomp. Psychopomp, by my estimation, was released in 2024, and since then has gained a type of cult following for itself. Creator Carbonic has made other games as well, which can be found on their itch.io page, to which I'll leave a link for in the description. As stated before, Psychopomp can also be found on Steam, where it gives credit of publishing and development to Fading Club. Subsequently, the game itself also gives credit to Fading Club, but the itch.io page mentions Carbonic by name. Why?
who knows?
But what I can say is that Psychopomp developed enough of a following that Psychopomp Gold was released not long after. Psychopomp Gold is a more polished and expanded version of Psychopomp that I haven't played yet. Now, some of you Golden Wonders out there might be asking, Pog, why didn't you just play Gold instead of the OG version?
Oh, well, allow me to retort.
Because the video is called Free Games That Deserve Attention, and Gold is $8.99 on Steam. So that would have defeated the purpose, don't you think?
Think, Mark!
Also, the benefit of playing the OG version first is sort of in the same vein as playing a demo. Let me be clear. Psychopomp is not a demo. It will only take about an hour to finish, but for what it is given, it's a fully realized game. Sort of. I say sorta because its plot leaves a lot up to the player's imagination, but we'll get to that here in a minute.
Hold your horses.
The point I'm trying to make right now is that by playing the shorter version first, Carbonic and subsequently Fading Club are allowing one to see if Psychopomp is their kind of vibe. And boy howdy is Psychopomp a vibe. The story follows a sorta androgynous girl who believes that the reality she's come to know is a fat lie. That everyone is in on it but her, and her whole life is just a fake construct crafted by society in order to keep her from knowing the truth. For instance, there are notes that can be found in Psychopomp that inform the player of what's actually going on, Things like the stars aren't real, or that to fuel energy, we have to feed children to furnaces.
What did he say?
I suppose I should have given a trigger warning, but you get the idea. Also, during the loading screen, you get historical facts and then you get the real historical facts. So the point I'm trying to make about this whole thing is the fact that you can't be sure if you're really being introduced to what's actually going on in the world, or if you're just following this poor girl around who's having a mental breakdown. Speaking of which, our unnamed protagonist creates a helmet specially designed to help her see the real reality, as it were. She calls this helmet the Psychopomp, which is interesting because a psychopomp is a real thing actually. The word psychopomp derives from the Greek word psychopompos, and it translates to guide of souls. In a funny sort of way, that's what we're experiencing in Psychopomp. In many mythologies, a psychopomp is a guide who directs souls to the afterlife. Such notable psychopomps in myth being Charon of Greek mythology and Anubis of Egyptian mythology. Also, Valkyries of Norse mythology fall under this category as well. I mean the good Valkyries, not whatever Disney Marvel thought it was doing. For reasons I can't explain without ruining the plot, I will say I think that the Valkyrie is probably the most influential of said psychopomps, as far as inspiration for the main character goes and the plot as a whole anyway. Since the story actually has a lot to say about society, for such a short game, Carbonic manages to tell a mind-bending tale chocked full of thought-provoking rhetoric.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
If I'm being honest, Psychopomp deserves a much more in-depth video about its plot and characters. As the entire time I was playing it, I myself began to question reality. Oh, and let's not forget the score. Carbonic recorded their own song for Psychopomp that is a banger and perfectly expresses what most of us are feeling in our own lives day to day. It says the quiet parts out loud, but is only available after completing a whole playthrough. So get there and play it. It really is a cult gem and worth all of you Golden Wonders out there's time. With that, I want to thank everyone for joining me on another free games that deserve attention. And if you made it this far and you already haven't, then feel free to subscribe.
You're a daisy if you do.
Plus, leave a like and share for the video to help gain the channel traction. Also, ring my bell for notifications and sign my guest book if it tickle your fancy.
No, please do not tickle my fancy.
And remember, we aren't always gonna agree on real world stuff, but that's not what this channel is about. It's about our shared love for gaming and how that can bring us all together despite our different views. So from my very heart and soul, I love y'all, and I would fight any horde or foe by your side. You're always welcome in my lobby. Y'all come back now. Stay golden.